Hello and welcome to Clearview Television. We're reaching you live from Nigeria's capital city, Abuja. Reactions trailed the appearance of controversial video of TIWA Savage as a university examination question. Are local governments in Nigeria truly disconnected from the operations of their states? Algon President's Chief of Staff clears the air. Federal government to establish 18 modular refineries in oil-producing states. I am Nkiru Obuli. Welcome. A domestic worker identified only as Blessing has gone into hiding after allegedly stealing money and jewelry valued at over 13.9 million naira from her boss's residence in the Victoria Island area of Lagos State. Blessing's boss, Pearl Obulu, said the suspect allegedly perpetrated the crime after about a week she started working with her. She said the Cross River State indigene had remained incommunicado since the incident happened. Clearview TV gathered that an agent, Joshua Amaha, introduced Blessing to Obulu, who was not at home on the day the domestic worker visited her residence for an interview. Obulu said her parents, who lived with her, took Blessing in, adding that during the interview with the domestic worker the following day, she informed her that she would undergo a test and registration at the police station. She said plans were underway for the test and registration when the 25-year-old took advantage of her absence to steal her property. President Muhammadu Buhari on Thursday hailed KADUNA State Governor Nasir El-RUFAI for the physical changes he has brought to the state. Buhari made the commendation when commissioning various projects executed in the last 7 years by the administration of Governor Nasir El-RUFAI. The president had been received in Kaduna on Wednesday evening by El-RUFAI on a two-day visit. On Thursday, during the commissioning of the remodeled Murtala Mohammed Square, Buhari commended the governor for transforming Kaduna. The president said, and I quote, "If you had not been in Kaduna for some time now, surely you would miss your road home, just like me. El-RUFAI has really changed the face of the state." The president also commissioned some projects in Kafanchan in the southern part of the state. He is scheduled to commission more projects in Zaria on Friday before returning to Abuja.
Yakubugawan Way and the underpass were commissioned by me today, Thursday, 20th of January 2022. Thank you very much.
And back here in Abuja, the House of Representatives has passed the Electoral Act Amendment Bill this Thursday. However, the lawmakers revised the compulsory direct primary clause. The bill was passed after the removal of Clause 84 requiring political parties to only select candidates through direct primaries. The Senate on Wednesday included the consensus mode of primary in the Electoral Act Amendment Bill as suggested by President Muhammadu Buhari. Both chambers of the National Assembly, the Senate, and the House of Representatives, however, deleted compulsory direct primaries from the bill. While the House gave options of parties adopting direct or indirect primaries, the Senate included direct and indirect primaries as well as the consensus mode as suggested by the President. The federal government says it was working to establish 3 modular refineries in each of the oil-producing states, particularly in the Niger Delta region. Going by the plan, the government would have to establish about 18 refineries in the country's 6 major oil-producing states in the Niger Delta, including Rivers, Bayelsa, Akwa Ibom, Delta, Edo, and Cross River. It said the objective was to halt the illegal artisanal refining activities going on in oil-producing areas and its impact on residents in the affected locations. The Minister of State for Environment, Chief Sharon Ikazo, disclosed this in a statement issued by her ministry in Abuja. The minister noted that the menace of artisanal refining, oil theft, and pipeline vandalism were largely responsible for the devastating degradation of the Nigerian environment, especially in the Niger Delta region. She noted that in order to address this issue, the National Oil Spill and Response Agency annually embarked on sensitization campaigns to host communities in the oil producing states. Rivers State Governor Nyesom Wike says his administration will not relent in its fight against illegal bunkering and refineries are now posing serious threats to the health and lives of residents, adding that no amount of abuses, blackmail, or threat will deter him. To this end, the governor has directed all local government chairmen to immediately start clearing oil identified illegal bunkering and crude oil refining sites responsible for the black soot pandemic in the state.
As part of his efforts towards ending the incessant cases of illegal bunkering and crude oil refining activities that adversely affected the health of the people and environment in Rivers State, Governor Nyesom Wike has met with the heads of security agencies and local government chairmen for the second time. The governor reminded that his administration remains unwavering in its determination to rid Rivers State of all forms of criminality.
We cannot fold our arms and say, let it be, and then we're dying every minute and people are running away from the environment. We must fight it to the last. Since we started it, look at how it drastically reduced, which means we have to go head on without wasting time. Those of you who are from the Riveride area, I don't want to hear it is creek. There's what they call swamp boogie, is it not? Carry the swamp boogie, and I must see it. Carry the swamp boogie, go and clear all those areas. And CP, give them security to do this work, not giving them 2 policemen, no. And you know that since your men are involved, there's always the tendency to sabotage, because most people are not happy now, but Nigerians are happy.
Apart from directing all local government council chairmen to clear all identified sites where illegal oil refining and bunkering activities are taking place, Governor Wike equally told all security agencies in the state not to spare anyone found culpable.
Any policeman you know, or civil defense you know, or soldier you know, that are directly involved, put their names there. First of all, I'm going to Abuja to see the IG. I will report to IG, I will report to the CG directly by myself. With the report I will write. And if there's any soldier involved, I will report to the Chief of Army Staff. I will not relent in this fight, particularly Obiabo and Port Harcourt. Enough is enough. We cannot allow the environment to go back. We can't. We must, having done the roads, having cleared the street, we must continue to keep it clean.
Other areas the governor wants the local council chairmen to pay adequate attention to are environmental sanitation and street trading to ensure the aesthetic beauty of the state, particularly the state capital, Port Harcourt, generally known as the Garden City.
Are local governments disconnected from the operations of their states? This is a question answered by Honorable Malik Ikpopo, the Chief of Staff to the Algon National President, who also highlighted the activities of the President, Kolade David Alabi, most especially in the relationship between the body and the federal government. Malik was answering questions on Algon on the Move, a program transmitted on Africa Independent Television, AIT. ALGON is the Association of Local Governments of Nigeria.
ALGON generally, the purpose is to aggregate the actions and inactions of our colleagues across the country in areas of national development, ranging from healthcare to agriculture, social services, infrastructure, and all of that. And what we do here is to aggregate these needs and see how best we can tackle them. In the last 2+ years, of course, his first term ended in March, where he was re-elected again in General Assembly. And he has tried to refocus ALGON. And this time around, he's building an agenda. He's building his agenda, rather, on ensuring that we become more people-oriented in our programs and ensure that we build synergy with the states and the federal government. Over the years, what you find out that most local governments are disconnected from programs of their states and programs of the federal government. As I speak to you today, he's the first president of ALGON that has been connected to almost all programs of the federal government, and has advised all his NEC members who, by their position, you cannot be a NEC member if you are not chairman of ALGON in your state, because all chairmen cannot come here. The procedure is simple. The states, based on their peculiar circumstance, elect a chairman amongst them. It is that person that is elected that becomes a member of NEC. And he has continued to encourage them that there is need for them to connect properly, open their ears to programs, to projects of their state so that they can tap and key in. For instance, there are not very many local governments that have the capacity to do programs on welfare and empowerment. So that is the area where he has tried to ensure that there's more synergy. We have tried to refocus the office to also be more oriented. And you know, without being economical with the truth, that we have had challenges in the past with the way ALGON has handled its affairs, particularly its financial affairs. A lot of our colleagues across the country are not happy that we are centrally, or ALGON was centrally awarding contracts. And one of the first policies of his administration was to say, no, we are not a contract awarding establishment. We can handle consultants to the extent that they bring in valued partners. We're looking at DFID and all of that. Partners who will help in capacity building, infrastructural development. And so that is the area we're looking at, not awarding contracts to do A or do B or do C, no.
We'll take a quick break now and bring you more reports when we return. Please stay with us.
Listen to this truth. We are growing by the day, and our viewership keeps growing on our different platforms. We are inviting you to advertise your goods and services with us at incredibly low rates. And do you have news for us? Script or video? Please contact us through our email address, clearviewnewsroom@gmail.com, or WhatsApp line 080-650-30-300. Again, 080-650-30-300. Welcome on board.
You're welcome back. On the foreign scene, a 26-year-old Muslim woman, Anika Atik, has been sentenced to death by a court in Pakistan for allegedly sending blasphemous messages on WhatsApp and Facebook. She was found guilty of insulting Islam's Prophet Muhammad. According to reports, she met her accuser online in 2019 on a mobile gaming app, and the pair communicated on WhatsApp. She was sentenced in Rawalpindi following a complaint against her under Pakistan's cybercrime and blasphemy laws. The complainant said she had sent blasphemous caricatures of prophets and made remarks about holy personages on WhatsApp while also using her Facebook account to post blasphemous materials to others. The charge sheet in court said that she had deliberately and intentionally defied sacred writers' personalities and insulted the religious beliefs of Muslims. Atik, a practicing Muslim, denied the charges, telling the court that her accuser had deliberately drawn her into a religious discussion so he could collect evidence in revenge after she rejected his love advances. US President Joe Biden has said he thinks his Russian counterpart Vladimir Putin will move in on Ukraine but does not want a full-blown war. He told a news conference Putin will pay a serious and dear price for invading, but indicated a minor incursion might be treated differently. The White House later stressed any Russian military move will be met with a swift, severe response from the West. The Kremlin warned the comments could further destabilize the situation. Russia has some 100,000 troops near the border but denies planning an invasion. President Putin has made a series of demands to the West, insisting Ukraine should never be allowed to join NATO and that the defensive alliance abandons military activities in Eastern Europe. Putin said at a televised press conference last month, Putin's exact reasons for the buildup of Russian troops near Ukraine's border are unknown, but many believe it is an attempt to force the West to take Russia's security demands seriously. This Thursday, U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken met foreign ministers from Germany, France, and the UK to coordinate Western strategy over a potential invasion of Ukraine. He has previously warned that Russia could attack Ukraine at short notice. And up next is our entertainment segment with Emefon Okon.
Hello, welcome to entertainment segment as we bring you stories from the entertainment world. I am Imefon Okon. Nigerians have expressed mixed reactions to a federal university examination question paper that captures singer TIWA Savage in a bad light. The examination paper belonging to the Faculty of Art at the Federal University Lafayette featured the topic of the singer's leaked tape that went viral in 2021. Internet users have knocked the university for coming up with such an examination question and queried its significance to the students' development. The award-winning singer Davido has become the most followed African artist on Twitter. The singer recently attained 10 million followers on the popular microblogging app, which steadily built in the course of a decade. Sharing the news to his fans, Davido highlighted the journey from inception in 2011 to date. And popular comedian Lekpasho Sportsy has applauded men who date to marry plus-size women. The comedian, who lost weight few years ago to achieve the body size of her dream, took to her Instagram page to celebrate men married to choppy women. She urged overweight women not to opt for weight loss because of a man. The Grammy Music Awards will be held in Las Vegas for the first time this April after being postponed because of the surge of Omicron variant COVID-19 case across the United States. Hosted by Trevor Noah, the show will now take place on April 3rd at the MGM Grand Garden Arena in Las Vegas. The Grammys are one of the several entertainment industry events that have been delayed with the hope that the sky-high COVID caseloads will drop in the coming month. And Whiskey, Tiwa Savage, Fireboy, and Omale are the latest Nigerian artists to be nominated for the National Association of Advancement of Colored People award that recognizes excellence in black people across several entertainment categories around the world. Whiskey, who is the most awarded Nigerian artist at the ceremony, with 2 wins, got nomination again for his chart-topper single Essence Remix featuring Thames and Canadian singer Justin Bieber. Other nominee singers include Peru by Fire, Somebody's Son by Tiwa Savage featuring Brandy, Understand by Omale, and Touch It by Kiddy. The award winners is going to hold on February 26, 2022 and will be aired on PETS Alright, that's all we have for you today on Entertainment News. Many thanks for joining us. Do enjoy your day. I am Imefonokun. Back to you, Nkiro.
Thank you, Mefon. And to other news, 11-year-old Emmanuel Adego has received an award of excellence from the district overseer of Foursquare Gospel Church, Asokoro, Abuja, Reverend Julius Micheliza. Young Emmanuel got the award having performed brilliantly well at the Bible recitation contest where he read 19 chapters of the book of Revelation without a break. Clearview TV's Mercy Eke had a chat not only with the boy but also the parents and teachers.
Revelation of Jesus Christ, which God gave him to show his servant things which must shortly take place, and he sent and signified it by his angel to his servant John, who bore witness to the word of God and to the testimony of Jesus Christ, to all things that he saw.
Just as the scripture says, train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will never depart from it. This is the case of Emmanuel Adego, an 11-year-old boy who is an indigene of Idoma, Benue State, a child who the world will describe as gifted. According to his father, Linus Adego, a pastor of First Square Gospel Church, Kurudu, Abuja, his son had from early age been passionate about committing chapters of the Bible to memory, which he says is his gift to please God. Observing that his child is gifted and has the ability to do whatever he set his heart to do, he and his mother had to give him the necessary support he needed. When slots were out for competition on Bible recitation, he encouraged his son to be a part of it, for which he came out triumphantly, scaling through the district, regional, and national level as the second runner-up at last.
He's a boy that is being blessed by God. In their category, they call them gifted child. He's a gifted child, and I'm so proud of him. And he started very, very young. In 2018, when he was 8 years, I came from work one day and he told me that, Daddy, his birthday is December 29. And he said, Daddy, I would like to recite 20 memory verses to thank God for my birthday in the church. And in 2019, when he was 9 years, he came again and said, I want to recite 30. And the pastor said, wow, okay, let him go ahead. And he came out, he recited 30. And 2020, he said 50. I said, wow. And in 2020, on the 5th of May, he woke up one morning and that was his first dream that he can remember as a child. He woke up and he said, I dreamt that I was 17 in the dream and I participated in a competition and I won. So I have to quickly look for my notebook and I wrote it down. I said, this is just an exceptional. So by the time we got to 2021, Foursquare Gospel Church in Nigeria announced that there will be competition for different category, recitations, debating and all that. We now asked him to participate and we started encouraging him with the help of the mother, because I don't want to take that credit to myself. He participated in the zone, then he now graduated to district, from district to regional, and from regional to national. And in the national, he came second. So he recited 22 verses of Revelation from chapter 1 to 22 within 55 minutes.
There's nothing that would just come like that on a day like that. He just started with his Sunday school teachers. I gave him the assurance that one thing with a child that you have to be on a positive side, encouraging a child to do something. So I told him that he can do it.
While speaking to the proprietress and principal of the school where Emmanuel attends, they both noted that they are not really amazed at his ability to memorize over 20 chapters of the Bible without missing a word, as right from the start, he has always been exceptional academically and socially.
The foundation was laid from home, because once you talk about education starts from home. Emma is very good. I also encourage other children to emulate him. He's a quiet type.
Emmanuel Adegu has been with us over 7 years now. He started from nursery session to primary and is now in JSS2. I'm so proud to have somebody like Emmanuel in this school. And I am proud to have him because Emmanuel is a child that wants to learn. He wants to come out to be the best in everything he does.
He is focused. He's very, very focused. So other children should emulate him.
Interacting with Emmanuel to know his motivation, this is what he has to say.
I saw it on TV that someone did the whole of Psalm 119. So it motivated me to do it too. So I wanted to do my own. Many times when we wake up in the morning, my parents gather us together and teach us how to learn how to say memory verses. We memorize memory verses most times when we wake up. I want to be a pilot when I grow up and working hard very well by reading my books and making sure I'm excellent in maths, English, and basic science.
And I like him because he always helps us when we are doing our maths.
Emmanuel has been awarded some prizes at the Four Square Gospel Church at Sokoro, which is the mother church of his parents. Mercy Eke, reporting for Clearview Television.
Kudos to Emmanuel. Well, that's all on the news. Before we go, a quick recap of our main stories. Nigerians have been expressing mixed reactions to a federal university's examination question paper that reflected on singer TIWA Savage. The examination paper, belonging to the Faculty of Arts at the Federal University of Lafayette, featured the topic of the singer's leaked tape that went viral in 2021. The singer's infamous moment was the number 2 question in a first semester examination of the Department of English and Literary Studies, Federal University of Lafayette, Nasarawa State. The Chief of Staff to the President Association of Local Governments of Nigeria has lamented that grassroots governance in Nigeria has been disconnected from operations of states. Malik Ikpokpo bared his mind while speaking on an AIT's half-hour program, Algon on the Move, monitored in Abuja. He said the Algon president, Kolade David Alabi, is therefore doing all he could to bridge the potentially dangerous gap among other efforts. We also told you that the Nigerian government says it is working on establishing 3 modular refineries in each of the oil-producing states to hold the illegal artisanal refining activities going on in oil-producing areas and its environmental impact on residents in the affected locations. Remember to like us on Facebook, Clearview Television. Follow us on Twitter at Clearview Online. Follow us on Instagram at Clearview TV_NG. And also remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Clearview TV. Thanks for watching. I am Nkiru Obuli.